4-year-old accidentally became the key witness in one of Scotland's most disturbing murder cases. In August 1996, 14-year-old Caroline Glachan left a sleepover that she was having at her house just before midnight to meet her older boyfriend near a bridge over the River Leven in Scotland. She never came home. The next afternoon, her body was discovered in the river less than a mile away from her house. For more than 25 years, nobody was convicted of her murder until a 4-year-old little boy came forward with a witness account that solved the case. Caroline Glachan was born on the 8th of January 1982 in Derry, Northern Ireland, to her parents William and Margaret. The family later settled in West Dumbartonshire, Scotland, where Caroline went to Our Lady in St Patrick's High School in Dumbarton. In the summer of 1996, 14-year-old Caroline began a relationship with 18-year-old Robert O'Brien after they attended an Oasis concert together. Just to be clear, this was not a relationship. She was underage and he was 18. That is disgusting. Caroline's mum strongly disapproved of the situation, so they often used to meet in secret because it wasn't really allowed to happen. Robert was already in a relationship with another teenager named Donna Marie Brand, who was pregnant with his child at the time. Despite this, Caroline was said to be completely infatuated with him, and she thought she loved him. Investigators later revealed that Robert had previously been physically abusive towards Caroline, and the police described that his whole family had a lot of control locally, which meant that people were too scared to speak out against them in case they retaliated. Then came the night of the 24th of August 1996. Caroline's mum was celebrating her 40th birthday, so Caroline invited some friends over for a sleepover at her house. But just before midnight, she left the house to go and meet Robert at Black Bridge. But Robert didn't arrive alone. He turned up with his other girlfriend, Donna, their friend Andrew, and Andrew's girlfriend, Sarah. Those two were also babysitting two young boys, and they brought them along with them as well. That night, the whole group violently assaulted Caroline near the bridge. She was repeatedly punched and kicked. She was struck with bricks and suffered multiple blows to the head. Investigators later determined that Caroline sustained at least 10 head injuries and extensive skull fractures. At some point during the attack, Caroline ended up falling into the River Leven, and although she was unconscious at the time, she was still alive when she entered the water, so her official cause of death was drowning. At around 4 p.m. the next day, a passerby discovered Caroline's body in the water. Almost immediately, suspicion fell on Robert, Donna, and Andrew. But there was a problem because the police didn't have enough evidence to charge anybody. The group all stuck to the same story as well. They claimed that they'd spent the evening babysitting these two young children at the home of a woman named Betty Wilson. For years, the case was cold, but one crucial witness had actually spoken about the murder just hours before Caroline's body was even found. This witness was 4-year-old Archie, who was one of the boys that was being babysat by Andrew and Sarah. 4-year-old Archie would go on to tell his mum Betty exactly what he had seen the night before, and it was horrifying. Archie said that Andrew had woken him and his younger brother up during the night and had taken them both to the River Leven. Once he was there, he said that he saw Robert attacking a girl. He also described Robert putting metal in her eye, which was actually something that was never released to the public. Archie then said that the girl was pushed into the river. According to Betty, Archie told her, "When the lassie went in the water, I shut my eyes." Archie's story was also supported by one of the neighbours who heard slamming doors around midnight, and they looked out of the window and saw the group of people leaving the house with the two boys in a pushchair. In November 2021, Robert, Donna, and Andrew were finally arrested and charged with Caroline's murder. The trial began in late 2023. Archie, who was obviously a child at the time, had suffered from memory loss and mental health difficulties in his adult life, so he was deemed medically unfit to testify during the trial. So instead, the court heard the evidence from his mum about the statements that he had made to her as a child. In December 2023, more than 27 years after Caroline's murder, all three defendants were found guilty. Robert was sentenced to a minimum of 22 years in prison. Andrew received at least 18 years, and Donna was sentenced to a minimum of 17 years. Andrew's girlfriend Sarah had passed away before the trial had happened, but she would have been sentenced as well had she have still been alive, and it took almost 30 years, but Caroline's family finally got justice for what happened to her.